Hello everybody, welcome to an hour of yoga with me, Marina White Raven. I just wanted to show you something. This is something I've had with me for a long time, this picture, and I really love it. I just wanted to share that. I love this elephant and the monkey and the rabbit and the bird, and they're all supporting each other. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I've had it for years and I love that. So let's begin by ringing the bell. So we're going to start by lying down. So just get yourself set up, get your little area ready, make sure there's space around you. You might want a blanket or a cushion for later on. So just gather those, give yourself a few moments just to gather those things. Welcome everybody who's tuning in. You can see the little things popping up on the screen there. Let's start by lying on the ground. Okay, so lying in Shavasana. Let's just feel ourselves grounded. So Shavasana, the corpse posture, lying, put some space between your feet on the ground. Put some space between your arms and your body, and if you can, palms face upwards. If that feels too exposing for you, you can just place your hands on your belly, on your body, if that feels better for you. And if it feels uncomfortable lying flat, put your feet on the floor in semi-supine and just let your knees fall together, really at ease. Tuck your chin in slightly so the back of the neck is nice and long. Just close your eyes, just take a moment to land in this day. Yeah, take a breath in through the nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Feel your body. Breathe in through the nostrils, deep in breath. Give it some sound, that out breath. Just release and give yourself time to release and arrive here and now. Again, breathing in through the nostrils nice and deeply. And out through the mouth. Right to the end of that out breath. And if your breath feels shallow, if it feels tight, if you're feeling that you don't have much breath or you're anxious, just see how you can work gradually. It really is about giving ourselves time. Body takes time. And it takes time to just bring that anxiousness, that worry, that very busy mind, giving it time to just slow down. That's why I'm starting very slow today. Giving yourself time to arrive. Feel your body on the ground. See if you can experience the weight of the body on the ground. Close your eyes if they're not closed already. Feel the weight of the arms and the legs on the ground. And just have a check-in with yourself. Check in with yourself. So feeling the body, feeling the ground. Let's start with the most obvious and kind of evident and practical. The body. The ground. Feel it. Notice if you're thinking about the body, instead feel that body. Feel the space that your body is occupying, feel the ground beneath you, and feel and know that the ground is there to support you. It's holding you. You are held, so just have a sense of that. So see how the body feels. We might be thinking about how we want the body to feel. We want it to feel different, but just see if we can tune in and accept how the body feels right now. Notice how also your energy feels. Is there any parts of the body that feel more energized, other parts less so? Or some parts of the body might be feeling a bit blocked, energy's not flowing there. Just take your attention around. Notice also where your mind is going, just becoming still. What happens to the mind? And just bring it back to our practice. For those of you who are used to doing a lot of physical jumping around, this might be challenging. Different kinds of challenges. See if you can stay with it. And then notice how you feel emotionally today. Just going through these layers, seeing if we can just attune to the present moment. Knowing this emotion, think about the word emotion, it's always a movement in motion if we allow it. But we first have to recognize, how do I feel right now? And however that feels, it may feel, you can imagine it, this is a nice way of imagining your emotions like weather. If you had to either describe that emotional weather, or maybe even have a weather map, like an image, how would that be right now? And allow yourself to accept your emotional weather as it is right now. Give yourself permission to do that. Again, one of my favourite words, permission. The other one is curiosity. Be curious about yourself, interested. And know that this emotional weather is always changing. If we acknowledge it, if we give it space, rather than try to push it away or change it before we've acknowledged it. So give that some space. And it's good to mark these things now so that we can see at the end of our practice how things might have changed or shifted. Just naturally, actually. So now we've checked in with ourselves, felt our body, our energy, our emotions, our feelings, our sensations. Now let's see if we can start moving the body a little bit. So we're going to give ourselves a full extension, bring the arms above the head on the ground, and bring the legs together, point the toes, extend the whole body. Create space rather than stretching. Think about reaching into space in both directions. Create space in the body. Breathe in. Fill the body with air. And on the out breath, we reach into space. Let's just extend each side one at a time. We're starting slowly, giving ourselves time. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand, keeping it on the ground still. You're going to push the left heel away on the ground still, everything's staying on the ground. Breathing in through the nostril. And on the out breath, just seeing if you can lengthen, pulling on that left wrist, pushing the left heel away on the ground, toes pulling up towards you. Right side is just relaxed, keep relaxing that. You can let the head just relax onto that arm, be nice and easy. You might even find that you're pulling the arm, not forcing, but pulling the arm, and it's going over the head, so you're opening up the left side of the body so much that it's getting a nice bend in it, like a banana. Every in-breath, you're just making the in-breath, every out-breath is where you're making the effort. Make sure the effort is kind effort. One more breath in and release. Yeah, I've got a bit longer there. Ooh, I can feel the difference in my shoulder already. Taking hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Relax the left side now. Push the right heel away on the ground. Breathe into the body, with the right side particularly, and on the out breath you're pulling on that right wrist, drawing it up and over the head on the ground still. You might even want to tighten the right buttock slightly to help that extension and expansion, particularly through the right side of the waist there. Every in-breath, just breathe in. Create space. And on the out-breath, make that effort, just extending a little more into the space, reaching into the space. One more breath in. Deep in-breath, and on the out-breath, slowly let go. And just feel your arms on the ground. Nice and easy, so you might want to widen the arms if your shoulders aren't allowing your arms to go on the ground. So just lying there, relax the legs now. Breathe in through the nostrils. And on the out breath, bring the arms up over the head. And let them land either side of the body, palms down at the end of the out breath. In breath begins. Long, slow, steady in breath. And breathing out, keeping the breath in and out through the nostrils. If you're used to Ujjayi breath, you can practice that now. If you're not, don't worry about it. In fact, I might include that in one of the sessions in the next couple of days. It's a very useful breath. Very simply, it's about restricting and controlling the flow of breath as it comes in and out of the body. So it makes a longer, slower breath, which is useful. It relaxes and balances Most important is that you're following the breath. The in-breath, the arms are coming up. The end of the in-breath, the arms reach the ground. Then the out-breath begins. Nice and easy. So you're going in time with your own breath. Try and keep the breath smooth and even. Keep the movement smooth and even. No need to hurry here. This is a mind practice as well. Your whole of the practice is actually a mind practice. If you are noticing where your mind is wandering to, what is grabbing your attention, and just keep coming back to your breath, back to your body. Very simple. And next time, this is the last one. So when you find your arms either side of your body, just let them rest there. Still allowing your breath to be nice and easy, belly rising and falling. And let's just bend the left knee and bend the right knee, hug the knees to the body, rock and roll on the lower back. Feel that nice connection, the base, the spine, the lower back, whole lumbar region, back of the pelvis. Just enjoy rocking and rolling around in that whole area and keeping breathing in and out through the nostrils. Good. Let's just place we'll keep hold of the left knee and extend the right leg out on the ground. Okay, let's get into these hamstrings a little bit. So we're going to you can either place both hands on the front of that knee, or the left hand on the front of the knee, and make the right hand go down as low down on that leg as you can, maybe even down to the ankle. And then we're just going to keep that right leg on the ground, but just draw that knee up into the body, opening up the groin there. You can try and imagine that left knee is coming up into your armpit, squeezing on the out breath. In breath, just make space for that breath. And on the out breath, draw that knee into your body, giving that little squeeze. This also helps the digestive system as well. Don't worry if some sounds come out of your body. You know what I mean. Okay. I've got a bit of rumbling there in my belly. That's good. And now we're just going to extend that left leg up to the ceiling and take hold behind the left thigh. If that feels too strong, so really want to keep that heel pushing up to the ceiling, so straightening that leg. If that feels too much, you can't manage that, then lower the volume control by putting the right foot on the ground and bending the right knee. You can try it and see which you prefer. Now we're not yanking and pulling that leg towards us, that's just silly really. Instead we're going to keep pushing that left heel up to the ceiling and just letting the leg, we're just guiding it and letting the leg gradually relax and come towards us. If, some people who might want a bit more, that's okay. You can take the hands behind the calf. But don't go to there thinking that's better, it's not. It's just where you're at, where you feel is useful for you. Keep pushing the heel up to the ceiling, keep drawing the toes towards you. Good. Breathe, breathe. And then just bend the knee and hug that knee to your body. If your knee is bent on the right side, just straighten it out, because we're going to go into a twist. You'll need that to be straight on the ground. Now we'll take the right hand onto the left knee, so crossing the body. I'm going to take the left hand out to the side, so it's just nice and easy out to the side there. Breathe in, and on the out breath, we're going to take this knee right over to the right, so right over the body. It's quite a strong twist, but it's a great twist. You can just rest the hand down on that left knee, and then take the head over to the left, looking down that left arm. And once you're there, just see if you can just relax into that. We're trying to keep the left shoulder down as much as possible, and gradually that left knee will come down to the floor on the right side. Good. Breathe in strongly, breathe out long and slow. It's good when you're doing this to, you can close your eyes and just imagine that spine beautifully twisted. Breathe into that beautiful twisted spine. Give the body time to respond. There's no point rushing. We're just going through the motions if we're rushing. Instead, just be with your body. Feel your breath, feel your body, feel the ground. Good to be reminded, right? I'm reminding myself here. this body. Now we're going to bring the head back to center. And slowly lift the knee up to centre because it's a strong twist. Come out slowly. Give that knee a little squeeze. Place the sole of the left foot on the ground, slide the foot away, and then bend the right knee into the body. Hug the knee. You can put the right hand on the front of that knee and left hand lower down on the leg. And we're just pulling that knee into the body. Give it a little squeeze. In breath is just in breath, out breath. That's where we do that bit of effort, pulling that right knee right up into the armpit. Breathe, enjoy. Squeeze all that breath out on the out breath. Now we'll just extend that right leg up to the ceiling. Don't forget you've got the volume control, putting that left foot on the ground, bending the left knee if you want to. Make your choice. Whatever you're doing, you're going to push that right heel up to the ceiling. Draw the toes towards you, take hold behind the right thigh. Looking at the toes there, breathe. Again, if you want to, if it's appropriate for you, you can take your hands behind the calf. You don't need to, but if you want to, if you find you're pulling and forcing, see if you can step back from that. See if you can just step back from that kind of trying, pushing, forcing mentality. This is what we're learning in yoga. We need to change that. It's difficult to shift that conditioning because we all have that conditioning. Good. And then we're just going to bend the knee, release that, give it a little squeeze again. Now take the left hand onto the right knee, extend that right arm out to the side, breathe in through the nostrils and just taking that right knee over to the left and take the head over to the right. So the head is going in the opposite direction to the knee. You just rest that left hand on the top of that leg. Try to resist forcing and pushing it down. Try and keep the right shoulder down. Just release the spine, breathing in deeply. Creating space, feeling the beautiful twist in your whole body, and breathing out nice and long. Keep the breath in the nostrils if you can. And just let gravity do its work, let the weight of the body, let the body slowly soften and release. See if there's any release happening there. Focus on your body, focus on your breath. Make that out breath long. See if you can lengthen it. Draw the belly button back. Squeeze everything out. Good. Now slowly bring the head back up to centre on the in-breath. Slowly lift that right knee back to centre. It's a strong twist, so we come out slowly. Give it a little squeeze. Put the right foot on the floor, slide the leg away. You might want to give yourself another full stretch. Breathing in and breathing out. So now just bend the knees once more, hug the knees. Let's do a few little hip circles. So the knees are quite close into the body to begin with. Hands on top of each kneecap, breathing in, lift the knees away. Breathing out, knees come away from each other and back into the body. Breathing in, and then breathing out. This brings ease into the hip joints, and it's very I always find this very relaxing, very easeful, calming. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep the breath in the nostrils, keep the movement slow and steady. If you're just spinning your knees around, it's not really going to be doing very much. Better than nothing, but this is where the yoga is. Focus, steadiness, aligning with your breath. Your breath is like your anchor, and why it's a good anchor, we change direction, so knees together, hands on the knees, breathe in, and on the out breath it away. Why it's a good anchor, breathing in, take the knees away from each other, is because it's present. It's always present, it's always moving, and it is our aliveness. So when we align with that and anchor ourselves to our breath, we are aligning with our aliveness, with the flow of life, and become more present. It's very reliable and it's very simple. It's almost too simple, right? It's too simple. Surely it's got to be more complicated than that. No. Just stay with this breath and ease. Find some ease. Align your body and your breath and your mind just into this very simple little practice. And then just hug your knees once more. And then we're going to find a nice way to come to seated. So take the hands behind the knees and we'll just have a little rock and roll along the length of the spine. It always feels kind of fun and playful, so just play around with it a little bit. Rocking back and forth. And then rock, you can, up to seated, or find your way onto all fours. So we're going to do what I call disco cat. And I really love this because it's very freestyle, and I think sometimes just coming out of these lines and finding the spirals is what we want to find. So knees underneath the hips, space between the knees, hands underneath the shoulders. Yeah, feel like a tabletop. Spread the fingers wide, soften the elbows. Try not to lock these elbows because it just means the shoulders push forwards and our chest isn't open. So looking down at the ground between the hands, now I want to bring your attention to your tail. Imagine, the tailbone. You've still got a tiny little tail there. And I want you to imagine, just for fun, you've got a lovely tail, a long tail. And it could be a squirrel's tail, a monkey's tail, a foxy tail. You can choose the tail you want, and you want to show it off. So we're just going to take that tail and we're going to just follow a circle. We're going to make a small circle with our tail. Like with the breath as well, slowly. So as you breathe in, you're going to lift that tail, show it off, take it round in a big circle. And as you find this circle getting bigger, with your breath as well, you might find the rest of the body really wants to join in. And that's this freestyle. So you might find your elbows want to bend. You might find your hips want to sink back. You might find your head wants to move, the neck wants to move and go with this circling movement. Let it go with that. You can make this as big or small as you want to. But make sure there's a nice slow in-breath. In-breath and out-breath. Nice and long. Yeah, let the whole body join in. Let the head join in. Let the elbows join in. Keeping that circling motion. You can sit back. You can bend your elbows. You can open your chest. Lift your chest. Look at the floor. Look at the ceiling. Move. Shoulders are moving. Everything feels like it's agile. Good. And then slowly, slowly, slow it down. Make the movement smaller again. And come back to just find a stillness there. And breathe in, breathe out. Notice for a moment, how does it feel? Can you still feel that movement happening? That spiraling, that spinning? Yeah. Then we'll just change direction. So the opposite direction. Just starting with the small circles. Keep the elbows soft, fingers spread wide. Don't give up that effort, feeling that ground. The opposite direction with this circle and let it get bigger and bigger, breathing with that. Nice, strong in and out breath. Make that circle get bigger and bigger, showing off your beautiful tail, your tail feathers if you like. Spinning it around nice and slowly, bending into the elbows, bending into the knees, hips are moving around, the sides of the body are opening up. Everything is in movement. The neck is moving nice and fluidly. Everything is moving slowly. There's no edges. Everything is spiraling, spiraling, spiraling. Yeah. And slowly slowing it down once more. And just let it slow down until you come to a stillness. Notice how it feels your body as you come to the stillness, and then just sit back into your heels. Extend the arms in front of you, bring the forehead to the ground, and rest there in the pose of a child, extended child, or swan. Swan pose, beautiful swan pose. It's a nice image, the swan, thinking about these wings you're opening up as your arms are extended forwards. Don't forget you can always place your head on the back of your hands if you prefer that. And don't forget you can put a cushion behind your knees if you prefer that. We're not in any hurry, take your time. Breathing in through the nostrils, maybe have a sigh out through the mouth here. Good. So let's come back to all, keep the hands where they are extended here, fingers spread wide, come back to all fours. We're going to come into downward dog. So tuck the toes under on the in-breath, lift the knees off the ground on the out-breath, look back towards your feet, tummy's tucked in, and we're opening the chest and breathing into the chest. Elbows are slightly soft, make sure you're pressing those hands into the ground, looking back towards the feet or the knees. If you want to just get a bit more openness in those backs of the legs, the hamstrings, just pedaling those heels. So bring the right heel down, bend the left knee. See if you can actually bend that knee quite a lot, then you get a bit of more openness in the hips as well. Just enjoy that movement. Breathing all the time in and out through the nostrils. Good. Okay. Come back down to your knees, sit back into the heels. We're going to come back into downward dog again, but not quite right. Not quite yet. Breathe in through nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. So come back to all fours. Tuck the tails under on the in-breath. Lift the knees off the ground on the out-breath. So returning to downward dog. Does it feel different this time? Push back with the hands. Sorry, don't forget as well, if you find that impossible, the downward dog, you can use the chair, okay, as I'm showing here. And holding the chair or the table or any piece of furniture and just taking your bottom back. Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Coming to downward dog. So we're going to come into upward dog, but I like coming to up dog from down dog. So the up dog is you look at the hands. Don't forget you can come down whenever you need to, so don't go into pushing yourself. Look at the hands and then follow that gaze by taking the chest forwards, lowering the hips down, elbows are slightly bent, chest is open, looking forwards. Now notice how I'm pushing my heels back, strong leg. This is a strong pose, so if it feels too much, put your knees on the ground. But see if you can still keep this openness in the chest. So we're getting this back bend. So you take your choice. Try whichever you feel is better for you. If you feel like you're shaking, you know, the muscles are going, then withdraw from that. That's not good. And if your breath is compromised, then just take a step back from that, okay? Slow, steady breath. Then we'll come back to downward dog. Lifting the bottom in the air, looking back towards the feet, and then we take a little rest again. And then I'll come back to those. We haven't finished with those yet, but rest when you need to, you know. This is the practice of yoga as well, being able to be more discerning about what you really need, what your body needs. And it's that fine line between being lazy and being pushing, finding that beautiful middle ground, that middle path. The balance. It's the effort, but it's the kind effort. Breathing in and breathing out, stepping a bit beyond your comfort zone each time. Okay, let's come back to downward dog. So I'm going to give you some option here. So tucking the toes under, lifting the knees off the ground, look back towards the feet. Soften the knees if you need to, you know, you don't have to bring the heels down. I've been doing this a long time, so, you know, that's why my legs are quite straight there. It weren't initially, it took a long time. So I'm going to give you the option, you can play around with these things. We're going to come in and out of up dog and down dog. This is strong, but if you want to get strong in your upper body, this is great. So use the in-breath to look at your hands, move the body forwards and come into up dog. And out-breath, sink into the posture. Use the in-breath to move. In-breath, lift the hips, come back into down dog. Breathe out, come into the posture. Breathe in, lift the gaze. Don't forget you can put your knees on the ground if you want to. You know, you have to go strong in. And if you need to rest, bring your knees down, sit back into the heels. Those of you who really like this strong practice and want to get some strength in your upper body, and you can follow me a little bit more. I'll do a few more. So in-breath is the way you're going to make the move. In-breath, lift the gaze, bring the eyes forward, bring the chest forward, nice and open, and breathe out into the posture. Breathe in, lift the hips, breathe out, sink into the posture. You do this in time with your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Make sure you keep those hands with the fingers spread wide. Don't put that mind lifting the knuckles, breathing in and breathing out. At any point, you can rest by sitting, bringing your knees down. Good. Let's do one more. Breathing in, breathing out. Then we'll come back into downward dog. So wherever you are now, come into downward dog, and then we'll just walk the feet towards the hands. Bend the knees and let the body hang. Let's have some release for the spine. Breathe in through the nostrils and breathe out through the mouth. Release, let go. And again, breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let the head hang, let the arms hang. Don't forget you have the option of putting your elbows on your knees if that feels too strong for you. Holding onto your elbows if you want. Wherever you are, let your arms flop now, and imagine this sunshine on the base of your spine, and it's warming your spine, and it's travelling up through your spine. Keep your knees bent, leave your head heavy, leave the arms heavy, breathing in and out the whole time. You're just lifting up. The sunshine is lifting you up, filling you up with energy and light and length. Beautiful. Yeah. We're here, we're standing. Good job. Let's just limber a little bit, been on the ground a little while. Start slowly. So let's lift the shoulders up. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Good. And again, breathe in. Hold, and then out through the mouth. Yeah. And again. Good. We're just going to do some arm circles. We're going to start by just rolling the shoulders. So the shoulders are rolling back. Let's explore the range of movement in these shoulders. Breathing in as you lift the shoulders up, Breathing out as they roll back. And then you're going to let the elbows start to lift. Breathing in and breathing out. Yeah, the elbows are starting to get higher and higher, higher and higher, higher and higher. So until finally, somehow your arms have gone right up without you even knowing it. Right up to the ceiling, and you can follow that with your gaze. So breathing in and breathing out. Open up your chest, breathe in. Open up your wings, these beautiful wings. Yeah. In and out. And then just come to a stop. Let's do that forwards now. So taking those shoulders first of all forwards, keep the knees bending, keep them nice and spongy. So they're always moving with the body. It kind of feels more fun. It feels more like the whole body is getting some attention. And then gradually the elbows are coming up. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Make it holistic practice. The whole body is joining in. The breath is joining in. Your mind is still with you. Mind hasn't wandered off. Keep your mind occupied by looking at what you're doing, following what you're doing, breathing in, lift the arms up, look up at the arms. So this is a bit like diving in, we're diving into the day. Diving in. Good. One more with the breath. And just come to a stillness. Let's just brighten ourselves up a little bit as well. These little chest beats. It's a good one to do on its own anytime you feel like you just need a little lift. Either with soft fists. My preferred is with the stiff fingers. I find that's more pointy and more brightening. The whole chest area. Explore, find out what feels good. Breathe. Oh yeah, there's some release happening there. Okay. And let's just loosen this all up, taking the feet nice and wide as your mat. Knees are nice and soft, in fact a little bit more bent rather than soft, and then just twisting the body. Notice how my arms aren't doing anything, they're just hanging. And just twist the body, and you can twist to look right behind you. If you are looking right behind you, then lift the heel of the opposite foot. So if you're looking towards the left, you lift the right heel. And bend the knees as you come central, as your body faces forwards. Bend a bit deeper. So it's a lovely, loosening, flowing feeling. And let the arms swing heavily into the body, pop, back of the hands, swing into the lower back, and slowly come to a stop. Let's just do this nice thing. I can't resist it. Pummel the lower, hold the lower back with the backs of the hands. Yeah. Feel that energy rising, sunshine in the base of your spine. And then let's just draw our energy up a little bit, encourage it up by rubbing the knuckles, the backs of the hands, either side of the spine, lower spine there. Yeah, feels good. And warm up the legs a little bit very quickly by lifting the knees. Breathe in and out through your nostrils, don't hold your breath. Quite quickly move the legs. Good. And then bring the heel to the back side. Good. And then lift up the knee and open out to the side. Yeah, those hip circles were worth doing. I can feel that my hips are a little bit more open after having done those hip circles, so they really are good for lubricating the joints. Movement is everything. Movement in the body, in the mind, in the breath. So I straighten this out so this happens. Okay, so let's come into some standing postures. Stand at the front of the mat, or wherever you are, so you've got space behind you to step into. Hands together, feet hips width apart, parallel feet. Feel the ground beneath you. Yeah, it's solid. Put the weight onto the left foot and we step back with the right. Front foot facing forward, right foot at a right angle to that. Square the hips, breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest wide. Breathing out, reaching over to the left and down. Rest that hand on the lower leg or just make contact with it. Reach up with the right hand, turn your head to look up at the right hand, up at the fingertips, if your neck is okay with that. Keep dropping that right shoulder back. Feel that sunshine in your body, the light. Think about the chest wanting to see the fingers, wanting to see the ceiling. Keep that right hip back, unlock the knees, come up on the in-breath. Lower the arms on the out-breath. Nice and smooth and steady. Bit of grace and poise. Bend into the right knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a little moment. Put the weight onto the right foot, step back with the left. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat in front of you. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in, open the chest. Sunshine, yeah. Breathing out, reaching over to the right and down. So you can press against that lower leg, reach up with the left hand, right into the fingertips. Turn the head to look up at that left hand. Soften the knees, lift the toes, feel the ground. Keep taking your attention around your body, Keep your mind occupied. Decide where you want to put your attention. Good. Breathe deeply. Feel that left side getting nice and long. Opening. Come up on the in-breath. You can bend into that knee to help you up if you want. And breathing out, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself back nice and smoothly to the front of the mat. Good. Okay. Let's take a moment. Give everything a little shake. Just a shimmy, shake. Oh. So let's put our feet in a little V shape. The heels are, the space between the heels there. We're going to come into warrior, but we're going to come into a mini warrior to start with. And so we're not going to go full on step. We're just going to take a smallish step forward with the right foot. And the back foot, or the left foot, is still pointing fairly forward, so the hips are both facing forward to the front of the mat, rather than out to the side. So just see if you can imagine that, or feel that. And I'm going to bring the hands forward, arms forward, really extend and stretch them, the fingers forward, palms together, drop the head down. I'm going to bend into that front knee, so it's like a mini warrior, but still keeping that integrity, so the position of the hips, and the weight is even between the feet. On the in-breath, you're going to open the arms up. Let me just move because that thing's in the way. Breathing in, open the chest, look up, breathing out, bring the arms forward. We'll just follow this breath, breathing in, open the chest, fingers opening wide, and breathing out, bringing the hands forward, dropping the head down so the back of the neck is long. Keep the bend in the front knee, breathing in all the way up. Open, lift the chest. Heart is flying upwards. Good, breathing in. Yeah, they're breathing out. We'll do one more. Think about this. It's like a big sunshine. I don't know why I've got this sunshine feeling today. I'm wanting to kind of connect with sunshine here. Power. And then drop your hands down, bend into the right knee, and spring yourself back to the back of the mat. Give the legs a little shake. Free them up a bit. Reset. Feet in V shape again. We're going to take a small step forward for a small mini warrior, preparatory warrior. So keep that right hip forward, left hip back. Bring the hands together in front of you. Drop the head down. So you're looking at that left foot. Bend, small bend in that knee, making sure it doesn't go any further than just above the ankle there. So really opening across the upper back here. Breathing in. Open the chest, fingers come back. Good. And breathing out, arms coming forward, dropping the head down. Keep the knee bent, that front knee. Breathing in, open the chest. And breathing out, arms coming forwards. Really see how far back you can get those hands, lifting and opening the heart, spreading the wings wide. As if you were a bird flying up to the sunshine. Opening, receptive, this is increasing our receptivity. Expanding the breath, breathing in, open up. And breathing out, bringing the arms forward. I think that's about the same amount, but if you want to do an extra one, you can. Just drop the arms down, bend into the left knee, and bring yourself back to the back of the mat. Give the legs a shake. I think we're going to come into a ragdoll again, just to restore ourselves. So let's come in slowly, feet to hips width apart. The chin, feel the weight of the head is pulling you down. Start to feel the knees are bending, so everything is just kind of collapsing down. The chin is coming down, the arms are hanging forward. You might want to just slide your hands down the front of your legs. So we're just letting everything collapse and go to the ground, like the whole upper body is going to the ground. It feels lovely just to melt into that. Don't forget you've got options, letting the elbows be on the knees, let the body hang. You can always just hold on to a piece of furniture as well. Or just let the body hang, hold the elbows, or let the arms hang on the ground. Breathe. Breathe in through nostrils, out through the mouth. Good. And again, breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Let's feel that sunshine on the base of the spine, and it's just warming and travelling up the spine, so it's waking up. You can feel it coming up through your central column, just warming and rising, keeping the knees bent as you slowly grow and unfurl. And feel yourself full of light, sunshine, spaciousness. Yeah, good. Good work. So we're going to come into our balance now. And this is with moving as well, so I love this, moving and breathing together. So as you put the weight onto the left foot, getting ready to lift the right foot. So this is how it's going to look. You can watch first or just join me straight away. So as I breathe in, I'm going to lift the arms up, bringing them together, the hands together, and lift the right knee, turn the palms, and slowly see if I can coordinate that so the foot comes down at the same time as the hands. And then change feet. So put the weight on the right foot, breathing in, lifting the arms and lifting the left knee. Turn the hands, bringing the hands downwards. And we just keep changing. So breathing in, lifting, get that knee nice and high, lifting the arms up high. Try and keep this as slow and smooth as you can. Try not to grip with the toes, with the foot that's standing. Shifting the weight as well. This is really great for your balance, good for your focus of your mind. And by joining that with the breathing, so breath is moving and flowing. If you want to add something to this, you can keep going with the same thing if that's happy for you. Breathing in, and then extend that leg, push the heel out, then bend the knee, and then lower down. So you're just adding one extra thing in if you want, you don't have to. Just do that on the other side, breathing in. Extend, push the heel out, bring it back, and down. We'll just do that one more time. Breathing in. extending. It takes a lot of focus and control. And the breath will help you in that. Good. We need balance in these days. To keep our balance, to keep our centre. And this will help. Good. So shuffle that all off. And we'll come into actually, what might be nice at this point is to come into a forward bend. So we just take a small step forward on the mat. It's about, I would say, a couple of feet. So between the back of your front foot and the toe of your back foot, it's about one of your feet would fit between it. About. And then also just checking that you're not feeling wobbly. Make sure there's enough space between the feet, widthwise, okay? So we're going to interlink the fingers behind the back. Actually, you know what, we're going to hold the elbows, that's a bit stronger. That's good, I think. I think if you can reach your elbows, we're going to hold the elbows there, keep the hips level, lift the chest, take the shoulders back, look up to begin. And as you breathe out, you're going to take the body forwards, keeping the spine straight as you can. Soften the knees, but don't bend them. Now go as far as you can with a straight back, and then when you think, okay, I can't go any further with a straight back, then you can start to bend the back and try to bring the head down. If you don't feel very balanced, then best to come down to the ground rather than try and fling yourself back up. Breathe into this, trying to keep that front knee straight if you can, not locked, don't forget. And breathe. Keep the weight even between the feet. Good. One more breath in and out. Long, slow in breath, long, slow out breath. Give the body a chance to feel that. So we won't stay there too long because it might be uncomfortable. So we're going to bend, come out of it nice and softly by bending that right knee, the front knee, and slowly unravelling back to standing. Well done. Step back with the right foot, undo the hands. Might want to just rotate the wrists a little bit, free that up. Do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to take a small step forward with the left foot, get the position of your feet comfortable. Now try and take hold of a different way. So there'll be a way that you naturally take hold of your elbows. Try and do it the opposite way. And it'll be the way that feels a bit weird. So taking hold of those elbows, breathing in, lift the gaze, and on the out breath, taking the chest forward. We're pivoting from the hips. Keeping the straight back, all the way on the out breath. You can breathe in again if you need to. And then when you get to a point where you can't keep a straight back anymore, then you start to bend the back by bringing the head down. Keep strong in the feet, keep the weight even. Breathe deeply. Take your time. If it feels impossible, then just take your hands to the floor as well. That's okay. I don't want you to be putting yourself in any danger or straining. Don't strain, there's no point. Good. Now see if you can come out of this by bending into that front knee and slowly uncurling back to standing. Good. Step back with that foot, loosen up the elbows, free them up. Good. Let us slowly now come to the floor. So we're going to come in a slow squat because I like that way of doing things. Extend the arms out in front of you, breathe in. Keep the shoulders back. And as you breathe out, feet to hips width apart, sorry to remind you. Imagine you're sitting back onto a comfortable chair. So as the bottom goes back, the arms go forward. You see that? And keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. Keep breathing in and out. Slowly, slowly as you can. Yeah, it's strong at a certain point, but see if you can stay with it. Strong legs. Keep breathing in and out through the nostrils. And when you find yourself coming to the ground, catch yourself there. Take the legs out in front. Bounce the knees up and down. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to slowly come down to the ground. Extend the fingers towards the toes. Slowly, slowly. Rolling down. Keep breathing in and out. Challenge yourself a little bit here. Just keep breathing in and out. Good. And when you're down, just relax, let go. Breathe in through nostrils, sigh out through your mouth. Good. Feel the ground beneath you. Then you might want to just bend your knees and hug your knees, rock and roll a little bit. Enjoy that movement. Okay. Now put the soles of the feet on the floor, close to the buttocks. Space between them is hips width, and also they're parallel your feet. And you might want to just check to see, yeah, the hips can come up and down. You might just rock your pelvis back and forth. That feels really nice. Just rocking back and forth. When you do that, you'll find your abdominals engage as you lift your tail off the ground slightly, keeping your back on the ground, and then they release and you flatten the back. Just do that. It's quite a nice feeling, just to rock back and forth. So, bridge. Let's take the hands on the ground. Feet as close to the buttocks as you can get them. Chin is tucked in tightly to the chest. Breathing in, lift the hips off the ground as high as you can. And on the out breath, rolling the spine down slowly. Good. And breathing in, lifting the hips as high as you can, opening the front of the body. Knees are going away from you, chest is coming towards your chin. And as you breathe out, keeping the breath in and out from your nostrils, rolling down. So feeling your top of your spine is coming down first, then you're rolling down through the back until the base of the spine reaches the ground. Beautiful. See if you can feel each little part of your back. And do this with your eyes closed. Just try it now. Breathing in and breathing out. Closing the eyes so you can feel what's happening a bit more. Breathing in. And you notice how distracting the visual is sometimes. Making sure that you keep that space between your knees even the whole time. So you have to use the thighs quite strongly there. And breathing out. And breathing out, slowly down. Next time you are coming up into that bridge, you're going to hold. Opening the front of the body, the knees are going away from you, strong in the legs, the chest is coming towards you. Now many of us in this position will probably be using quite a lot of buttock strength, which is okay, but there's a deeper strength which we can connect with, but we can't connect with it whilst our when we're using mostly our buttocks. So this is a good trick to find the pelvic floor or the mula bandha strength. So we lift the toes off the ground, We come onto the toes by lifting the heels off the ground and relax the buttocks. In this position you can relax the buttocks quite easily. Now drop your pelvic floor. If you're familiar with mula bandha, draw that up, get that really strong. And if you're not sure of any of those terms, it's a similar feeling to if you're trying to stop yourself going to the toilet. And then, with that strength, keep relaxing the buttocks. Bring the heels down. Now notice the difference. Yeah. I feel like I could stay here for a much longer time. That inner strength. Deeper. Good. One more breath in. And release everything down. Rolling down slowly on the out breath. Enjoy. Good. Hug the knees. Hug the knees. That's going to feel so good after that. Good work. Rock and roll. You might want to do a nice big circle with the knees, keeping the knees together. Just making this lovely big circle on the ground, one way and the other way. So I'm going to give the option now for a few different options. For those of you who are familiar with the shoulder stand, we're going to do a shoulder stand, which I don't need that. But I want you to be really careful with this because it's not good if you don't practice carefully. I'll give you an alternative if you don't want to do that. If you are going to shoulder stand, you need a blanket or if you have blocks to go underneath your shoulders, not on your neck. You want to create space underneath your neck. So you put this, so it's at the top of your shoulders, the top of the blanket there. So it creates space. I've got a space here now, underneath my neck. So if you want to follow me, I'll do this. If you don't, you can just lie and relax for a bit. Then you're going to take the knees up, bend the knees, take the legs over the body. And I want to get the weight of the hips off the ground. And again, if this isn't possible, then I'll show you an alternative. So once the hips are off the ground, catch hold of them. And in this position, you can bring the elbows closer together, and then you can lift the legs up. But you can keep them in this half position here. Breathe. Most importantly, do not move your head whilst you're in this position. I know you might be watching me. It's better if you actually just watch and then try. Those of you familiar with doing this, that's fine. And if you want to straighten the legs up, lift them up, it's not important, then you just walk the hands down your back towards the ground. It's a strong squeeze on the throat, so don't move your head in this position. Look up at the toes. It's really important. You can really hurt your neck here if you don't be careful. And if you're not sure, just keep the legs in this position. Or if you're familiar with the plough, you can take the legs or the feet over to the ground or onto a chair. You know, if you have a chair there, you can put it onto a chair. And to come out of the posture, so those of you can play around with that. You can play around with your legs or do things that you like. Breathe into the belly now in this position. When you want to come out of the posture, so I'm just showing you now, you can do it afterwards if you want. Bring the weight of the legs over the head, hands on the ground, roll down slowly. The alternative, which is really nice, is either with a chair or a wall or a sofa. You can put a blanket on there to make it softer. Just put the feet up. Put your feet up, yes. And that just feels wonderful, just to get your feet off the ground. Or if you have a wall, put your legs up against the wall. So just try that for a couple of seconds there. Just relax. So you have some options there. Or you can just lie and relax, you know, it's really okay. Those of you who are in shoulder stand now, remembering to come out slowly, bring the legs over the head, bring the hands to the ground to support you as you come out slowly. I always like to lift my head off the ground when I lower my legs down. You can lower your legs down straight if you want to get that extra bit of abdominal strengthening, or you can just bend your knees, put your feet on the ground, slide your legs away. So from here, we're just going to do a simple posture to counterbalance that, because it's quite a strong bend, and we're just going to come into a camel. So those of you who feel uncomfortable, it's painful being on your knees, you can come onto a cushion on your knees, or use the blanket you're just using. Okay, so whatever you feel is better for you. Toes tucked under. So there's lots of levels here again, so you can place the hands on the lower back here, bring the elbows back, this is a lovely back bend. Imagine your chest is lifting up to the heavens, opening the front of the body. Breathe. Good. And if you want to go into full camel, then you just take your left hand back or right hand back, and then the other hand back. And again, if you want to be able to try and go into camel but you can't reach, put a cushion or cushions there so you can reach something that's there. Lots of alternatives. If you're coming into that camel position, the hips are coming forward, lovely open chest there. You don't need to fling your head back dramatically, it's not necessary. Good. And then relax, release. And however you want to, let's come down to lying on the ground. So however you want to, just easy now. If you feel like you want to just bend your knees and hug your knees a little bit, we're all coming to the end now, okay? And eventually coming into Shavasana, lying on the ground, put some space between your ankles, put some space between your arms and your body, palms facing the ceiling if that feels okay. Don't forget to put a blanket over you if you want to, or some warmer clothes on. And some of you may need a cushion under your head if you're finding that your chin's up in the sky. That, you know, it means that your head needs some support, depending on the position of your neck. Okay, so letting go now. Breathing in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Just release everything. Breathe, 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 breathe. Let me give you a couple of minutes just to lie here, still and quiet. Do as many of those long, slow out breaths through the mouth as you need. Some of you might need more than others. But otherwise, once you feel you're settling, feeling your body on the ground, closing the eyes, chin is slightly tucked in, back of the neck is long. Just feel your body on the ground. Soften your breath, belly's rising and falling. Let your breath just settle slowly and quietly. Give yourself this time to let go, release, melt into the floor. Breath is soft and easy like a sleeping baby. Breath coming in and breath going out. Nothing to do here. Nothing to do but feel your body safe and secure, warm and supported. Notice how you feel now. Maybe you might have a distant memory of how it felt at the beginning of the practice. How does it feel now? Notice the impact of your efforts, of your practice today. Be at ease. Imagine the light in your body, the sun being absorbed by your body. And whatever your emotional weather, the sun is always shining in a vast, blue, open sky. May the long-term sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Coming back to the present moment. Breathe a little deeper. Feel your body. Feel the sunshine in your body, the light in your body, the space in your body. Move the fingers and toes, hands and feet, arms and legs. Give yourself a full expansion, like a big sunshine. Expand, stretch. Hey. Maybe bend the knees and hug the knees, rock and roll a little bit. Enjoy, move. And come onto your side maybe. But find whatever's the easiest way to come back to seated if you wish to. Otherwise you can just stay lying there. And just ground yourself a little bit, loving the body. Be grateful for this body, for this life, for this day, for the sunshine that is always there. Press the palms together vigorously. And let's place the hands on the heart center. Close the eyes. Feel the space around the heart center. Feel your heart. Bring to mind your sankalpa, your resolve or intention. Positively framed sentence, and say that to yourself. And if you're not sure of what that might be, then I am loved is a perfect sankalpa. Say that to yourself or whatever you wish. Take it deep into your heart. Give it warmth, light, love. Give it your attention. Give it your attention. Relax. Namaste. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for being here with me. I feel you there. And thank you for your kind donations as well. Yeah. Thanks everybody. Big love, big kiss. Bye.